Hello everybody, how are you all? I hope you are all safe and guarding your health from COVID 19. Shall we enter into the enchanting world of poetry? Before entering into the poetry, we shall know about the syllabus for this academic year. In this academic year, you have 10 units from your textbook. Open your textbook and mark it. For this academic year, in this academic year, you have 10 units from your textbook. First one is Romeo and Juliet, written by William Shakespeare. Second one is Two Deer, written by Leo Tolstoy. Third one is On Children, written by Khalil Gibran. And the fourth one is The Sunny Morning, written by Serafin and Joaquin Alvarez Quinter. And fifth one is When You Are Old, written by W.B. Yeats. And the sixth one is The Gardener, written by P. Lankesh. Seventh one is Heaven If You Are Not on Earth, written by Kuvempu. Eighth one is Japan and Brazil Through a Traveler's Eye, written by George Miles. And the ninth one is The Water, written by Chinua Achebe. And the last one, 10th one is Where There Is a Wheel, written by P. Simon. These are the 10 units you have for this academic year. And the skimmed units are ಈ ಒಂದು ಪಠ್ಯದಿಂದ ಈ ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಟ್ಟಿರುವಂತಹ ಪಠ್ಯದಿಂದ ತೆಗೆದಿರುವಂತಹ ಪಠ್ಯಗಳು ಯಾವುವು ಎಂದರೆ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಐ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ನೋ ಐ ಲರ್ನ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬೈ ವಂದನಾ ಶಿವ. Second one is To the Foot from Its Child, written by Pablo Neruda. And the third one is I Believe Books Will Never Disappear. It is an interview by Robert Alfino with George Louis Borges. And the last one you need not to read for this year is the last chapter of your textbook, Water. It is written by Challapalli Swaruparani. So these 4 chapters you need not to read for this academic year. Okay. Next, in this session, let us discuss about the first unit of the chapter of your textbook, Romeo and Juliet, written by William Shakespeare. We all know that Shakespeare is a father of English literature. So he is well-known English writer, and so the legend is called as the father of English literature. His time here they have given 1564 to 1660. His time, though it is suspicious, we do not know anything clearly about his time. His time is noted to be somewhere between 1564 to 1660. It's almost 4 centuries, almost from past 400 years we have been learning Shakespeare. And here he is not only an English poet, he is also a playwright, widely regarded as the greatest writer in English language and the world's preeminent dramatist. William Shakespeare is not only a poet, not only a dramatist, not only a playwright, but also William Shakespeare is widely regarded as the greatest writer in English language. So he is called as, that is why he is called as that legend. Who is legend? William Shakespeare. That legend is called as the world's preeminent dramatist. What do you mean by preeminent? Preeminent dramatist. Preeminent means ಸರ್ವಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠ. ಇಡೀ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನಾಟಕಕಾರರಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಲಿಸಿದರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಲಿಯಂ ಶೇಕ್ಸ್ಪಿಯರ್ ಅವರು ಸರ್ವಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠವಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಹುದ್ದೆಯನ್ನು ಅಲಂಕರಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸರ್ವಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠರಾದವರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. And he is often called England's national poet and the bard of heaven. His plays, William Shakespeare's plays, have been translated into every major living language and performed more often than those of any other playwright. ವಿಲಿಯಂ ಶೇಕ್ಸ್ಪಿಯರ್ ಅವರು ಬರೆದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಬರವಣಿಗೆಗಳಿವೆ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಇಂಟು ಎವರಿ ಮೇಜರ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಮೇಜರ್ ಭಾಷೆಗಳು ಅಂತ ಏನಿದೆ ಆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಮೇಜರ್ ಭಾಷೆಗೂ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಭಾಷಾಂತರಗೊಂಡಿದೆ, ತರ್ಜುಮೆಗೊಂಡಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆರ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮೋರ್ ಆಫನ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ದೋಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನಿ ಅದರ್ ಪ್ಲೇ ರೈಟ್. ಬೇರೆ ಈಗ ವಿಲಿಯಂ ಶೇಕ್ಸ್ಪಿಯರ್ ಅವರು ಬರೆದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕೃತಿಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಅವರು ಬರೆದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕೃತಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಲಿಸಿದರೆ ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ಎನಿ ಅದರ್ ಪ್ಲೇ ರೈಟ್. ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಒಂದು ಉನ್ನತವಾದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ದಿಸ್ ಲೆಜೆಂಡ್ ವಿಲಿಯಂ ಶೇಕ್ಸ್ಪಿಯರ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ಫಾದರ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಲಿಟರೇಚರ್. ಸೊ ಯೆಟ್ ಅದೆಷ್ಟೇ ಜನ ಪೊಯೆಟ್ಗಳಿರಲಿ, ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಜನ ಡ್ರಾಮ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇರಲಿ, ಯೆಟ್ ಈ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್, ವಿಲಿಯಂ ಶೇಕ್ಸ್ಪಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ 1 writer in English literature. And one of his best tragedies ever was Romeo and Juliet, which was the birth of love for human being. By Shakespeare's words here, from the characters Romeo and Juliet, it has been the birth of the true love in every human being. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ಮನಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ರೋಮಿಯೋ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಜೂಲಿಯೆಟ್ ಅವು ಎರಡು ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಲಿಯಂ ಶೇಕ್ಸ್ಪಿಯರ್ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದರು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, in this session, dear students, let us discuss about the first unit of the textbook Romeo and Juliet, written by William Shakespeare. Here, this is in fact a poem which is from the extracts of the play written by William Shakespeare. Now, the moment we hear the Romeo and Juliet, the thoughts that come to our mind is, they are the incarnation of true love. Romeo and Juliet are the role models of true love, divine love or real love. So, the word across, we see that when people talk about lovers, when the people, all over the people speaks about the lovers, and all of people who are committed each others as lovers, they give examples. Usually we are giving examples of greatest lovers. So you have, did you heard about any legendary classical love stories? For example, legendary classical love stories means, I will just give you some example. For example, probably Romeo and Juliet, Laila and Majnu, Salim Anarkali, and Indian case, that is even Devdas and Par. These are some of the examples for legendary classical love stories. There are so many examples for this sort, and Romeo and Juliet stands different because why? They were the lovers here, according to the play Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare, who have stood all the difficulties. Romeo and Juliet who have stood all the difficulties, and then finally, and even they were ready to die for each others. They were ready to die for each others. So this is the play which we have two extracts. One is that of the description of Juliet by Romeo. The description of the beauty of Juliet. First one is the description of the beauty of Juliet by Romeo, and another one is the description of Romeo by Juliet. The description of Romeo's charm by Juliet. And both the descriptions put together, it has become a poem. And that poem is what we have now, that is Romeo and Juliet, written by William Shakespeare. Let us look into the extracts. A poem which is an extract from a play by William Shakespeare. In this extract from the play Romeo and Juliet, William Shakespeare describes the intense love. So here in this poem, William Shakespeare is explaining, describing by his words. What he is describing? He is describing the intense love of Romeo and Juliet, which they express through their speeches. What I told in the earlier, by their speeches only they are expressing their intense love. What was that? The extracts. First one is the description of the beauty of Juliet by Romeo, and another one description is the description of Romeo's charm by Juliet. These two expressions is by using various figure of speeches. Here William Shakespeare also used various figure of speeches to explain their intense love towards each other. So here William Shakespeare bring out the feelings of passionate lovers. So here in this poem, William Shakespeare brings out the feelings of passionate lovers. Let us enter into the background of this poem. What was the background they have given here? The two noble families of Verona. So Verona is the name of a city, and there are two noble families at Verona. One is the Capulets and the Montagues. Well, they were staunch enemies. So here, Verona is a city, and two noble families of Verona are Capulets and Montagues. These two families were staunch enemies. Staunch enemies means what? ಬದ್ಧ ವೈರಿಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಒಂದು ಕುಟುಂಬವನ್ನು ಕಂಡರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕುಟುಂಬದವರಿಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಬದ್ಧ ವೈರಿಗಳು, ಶತ್ರು ಕುಟುಂಬಗಳು ಒಂದನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಂಡ್ರೆ ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಆಗುತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So here Capulets and Montagues were staunch enemies. Romeo and Juliet belonged to the rival families. Romeo and Juliet belongs to these two rival families. Old Lord Capulet hosted a grand supper. One day, the king of Capulet's family is Old Lord Capulet. So he is the king of Capulet's family. One day, old Lord Capulet hosted a grand supper. Though Romeo belongs to the family of Montagues, he attended the supper in disguise to see Rosaline. Then Romeo belongs to which family? Romeo belongs to Montague's family. Romeo belongs to Montague's family. Though Romeo belonged to the family of Montagues, he attended the supper in disguise. So, how did the Romeo attended the grand supper hosted by the old Lord Capulet? Means in disguise. Why did Romeo attended the party grand supper hosted by old Lord Capulet? To see whom? To see Rosaline. There he sees what? There he sees Juliet on the dance floor and he is fascinated by her beauty. So when he wants to see the Rosaline, there he sees Juliet on the dance floor. Where did Romeo sees Juliet? Romeo sees Juliet on the dance floor and fascinated by her beauty. After the dance only he learns that she is a daughter of Lord Capulet. Then Juliet belongs to which family? Juliet belongs to Capulet's family. Juliet belongs to Capulet family. She also feels a prodigious birth of love for a man from enemy family. So she also know that, Romeo is from the enemy family, and also she feels a marvelous birth of love for a man. Who is that man? The man is Romeo from enemy family. So this is the background of the poem. So let us discuss the two descriptions in our next class. Thank you.